we're going to be talking about the documentary The Sound of Scars, which is about a metal band called Life of Agony. Are you a fan?
I was aware of them. Weirdly, it was because I used to work at MTV, and the sort of end of their big kind of time, I guess, at the start anyway, was not long before I joined MTV. So there was the kind of remnants of them around, sort of thing, but not really that familiar with their story or their music, to be honest.
Yeah, I hadn't, to be honest, not the biggest metal fan. No disrespect into the genre, just wasn't aware of the band. So
Yeah.
I'm actually really happy that I wasn't, because I've got into this documentary completely fresh, completely blind about their story and their legacy. And it's the film is kind of two films in one, because on the one hand, I think it will really satisfy Life of Agony fans. I think it'll be really interesting for metal fans who are maybe not such big Life of Agony kind of acolytes.
Hmm.
But on the other hand, then it's a whole different film, and it's this really sweet, beautiful, empowering story about Mina Caputo's transition, and just this wonderful, uplifting life that she's living now, and how genuinely happier as a person and much more, not productive, because that's slightly a dirty word now. It's not productive. It's a much more comfortable performance that she's giving. When you see, there's a lot of kind of archive footage of Mina before her transition and after, and the way that she talks about herself, she's so confident and comfortable in who she is. And it's so beautiful to see her band members, her family rally around her. It kind of picks up, it doesn't kind of fall into this sad narrative that is a little bit overplayed, I think. And it kind of picks up with her life when she's comfortable, confident, supported, thriving, doing her best performances. And even her band members talk about how when they started playing again, how they'd never seen her just be so entirely herself and giving everything, and being a much better front person than she'd been before.
It's so confusing. It confuses me. Yeah, I guess my name is Mina Caputo. Born Keith Caputo by my parents, doctors, but was always really Mina Caputo.
The transition started very, very long time ago. And being her cousin and living in the same home, I've seen her transition slowly, and there was a lot of signs that something was different about Mina. She hated the concept of Keith.
The positive fan reaction as well that the film touches upon is really touching to see. And it's not going to win it. It's not a particularly inventive documentary in terms of its style, of how it approaches the form, let's say. But I think it's an important one to watch. I think it's a lovely story. It's responsibly told, and it shows, I think, people in vulnerable positions, but with the hindsight of having been able to go through difficult periods of their life, rise above them, learn from them, and be in a much happier and comfortable place with themselves and fully support each other. It's actually really nice to see a documentary about a band where they completely have each other's back.
Mm. Yeah, I loved the narrative element to this. I just found the structural, and I guess in the way that it looked, it felt really formulaic. It felt really kind of, I've seen this a million times before, but I haven't heard this story. And that's what I loved about it, was I really loved hearing her story. I kind of almost didn't need as much about the other band members, really, because I felt like I just wanted to hear more about her. And I thought it was a really wonderful insight to a very male dominated world, and like you
Yeah.
say, how those bandmates had her back, and really kind of were there for her when she wanted them to be as well, because I think that was a really interesting part of it, was that they really respected the decisions that she made.
Yes.
So
You're
yeah,
so
I
right.
really enjoyed hearing her story, but I was a bit disappointed with the kind of structure of it. I just felt that there was a bit of a lack of creativity with how it was kind of put together, really.
Yeah, like I said, it's not gonna win any awards for the filmmaking itself. I think it's Mina the thing that really
Yeah.
the thing that shines through. And there's this, I just want to shout out one particular devastating moment that just completely broke me, was when Mina's talking about her mother who passed away before when Mina was a child, and she's just touching a lock of her hair, and that's the only thing that she has physically from her
Yeah.
mother. And it's those tiny moments of reflection, I think, that the film allows itself to have outside of all the history of the band, that I think really shine through for me.